how this happened, like it was like a process of 2 years in which like we did like 4 projects, and that's like the 4th edition. We started like the first year in Shapurjat and in other parts of the city, but mainly like Shapurjat, Oskat, Malviya Nagar, so South Delhi.
One day me, Anpu, Amitabh, we all 3 of us came to Shapurjat. We spent half a day here, knocking people's door, asking for permission. Someone's at home, someone's not at home. We have to call someone, follow up with someone. And yeah, and by doing all that, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we have 20 walls. Yeah, you go to them, they say, "Oh, Billy kiya wo?" हाँ ठीक है, अच्छा है, कर दो. Like that. So now with Billy we are getting more walls. While we were painting in Shapurjat, we also painted the Gandhi mural. The whole idea behind Gandhi mural was to open up the government. It was kind of like also more of a strategic piece where looking at Gandhi, even the other government organizations will at least open to this idea of painting the wall. It's important to, give city some places to some places you recognize with visually.
We had been successful in doing like 2 or 3 very iconic, murals during that particular time, which would be the Gandhiji's portrait at ITO, Delhi Police Headquarters. Then you had the Tihar Jail project, which was close to 968 meters, close to a kilometer.
I use a lot of games and cooperative games and action songs. We did a few exercises with newspaper collage and then crayon and glue. And when we entered into these activities, they found it quite interesting.
ये एक एक्सपीरियंस था मेरे लिए कि फ्यूचर में कभी जो थिंकिंग दिमाग इंसान का बंद हो जाता है, तो इन्होंने आके वो दिमाग खोला कि किस तरीके से नया एक ट्रिक थी इनकी, एक जो जिनसे दिमाग के सारे जो सोर्स बंद थे वो सारे खुल गए.
2000 people are in this particular jail itself, and they are all highly potential, And wherever I've seen, wherever people have been suppressed or oppressed, the expressions are much vibrant.
The workshop opened my mind in a different perspective, and I was able to think in a different way, being more creative. As a group opened up, became more friendly, because our mind have been closed by fear, and mostly here it's a different experience. But when Mr. Blaze came, then it's become a new experience. We became more friendly to each other, and in the beginning I wasn't sure of what I was going to make, but just through the experience that what we learned, that is exactly what I did, and I just made something, and it appeared to be something more better than what I was expecting.
So that's how it all started, and then there was no looking back, I would say. We moved on to Bombay, which was very hectic, which was very tiring and stressing out the whole team. but quite an experience, I would say.
अच्छा है भाई, बिल्डिंग का एक अच्छा एक शो आ जाता है, मतलब एक एडवर्टाइज है ना, ये नहीं है ठीक है। ये वो उधर भी बनाएला, स्कूल का उधर साइकिल बनाएला और बनाएला।
मोर 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 के जैसा दिख रहा है, अपने को मालूम नहीं कौन सा जानवर है। कंगारू इंग्लिश में क्या होता है वो नहीं मालूम।
अरे इंग्लिश में होता है कंगारू?
इंग्लिश में ही होता है। इंग्लिश में हम कंगारू को सिर्फ मैं कंगारू जानता हूँ।
अच्छा चीज को अच्छा ही बोलने का, कि भी इतना अच्छा मेहनत करके अच्छा बना रहा है, बना के दिखाता है, मानना मनता है।
वही बता रही थी, बनाई तो बैठी है सब फाइन। You want to sit down? Victoria Park, you don't have to go. All the animals are lying over there on the painting. Here the Victoria Park has come here. Not, it was living on a Baikala. Therefore, it was living in other countries. Now it's living nearby house.
People in Bandra are full of life. I mean, they enjoy everything. So, I mean, I don't think so anyone would have had any objection when you did all this. And if you could look at me, I'm going somewhere else, but I stopped for a while to see what's happening. That's about it.
And this gives the element of the sea, the tetrapods, they're just across the sea.
I've been watching the passion and the hard work these two girls have put in over the days to make a wall come alive. And I think this would be more appreciated than seeing the posters defacing our entire city with all the politicians' names, and you know, it makes the day start sick.
Very good. Absolutely will. 18 days I was on the bed. Today only just got up. I said God made me to see this.
So after, you know, we had finished the Delhi edition, we were going to Bombay, we were gearing up for Bombay, and the Dasai Phalke mural was one of the last murals which we did actually. It was at the fag end of the festival. It was a very challenging wall. It was 120 feet by 140 feet. It wasn't a flat wall at all, with lots of windows. So that project was kept for the last because we needed to dedicate all our energies and resources into that mural.
We never had a manual there is no manual to follow on how to do a street art festival. There's no like street art 101. And we kind of sort of discovered that from that point on, and it's still happening. This is our 4th edition. Things have gotten a little bigger, I would say, from the first one at least, but we're still sort of learning.
This year, I think that we tried actually to be more compact somehow, and also being more meaningful. So for 8 months, we just had meetings after meetings after meetings, both with Concor and ICD, so like Inland Container Depot, and also with CPWD regarding Lodhi Colony. We always thought that Lodhi Colony was like a perfect space to create an open-air art museum, because it has specific characteristics which are like really different to find in Delhi. So like, you know, sidewalks. Like sidewalks are not something really present in the city, and broad road with a lot of greenery and walkable is really pedestrian friendly. Because of all of that, there isn't any visual pollution, you know. In Lodhi Colony you don't have any advertising, and so it's like a really kind of neutral environment with all these walls like all the same. So they are big canvases, and actually it's really beautiful because they have their own distance, so every piece can have like its own aura and can be appreciated in this way. But there is like one wall after another, and it's beautiful to take a walk and to be stimulated by art and not by, like, you know, shops actually. And it's like a sort of vision of, again, another city.
हम तो ये मेरे पास इसमें कोई दुकानें फुकानें या कुछ क्या नाम है मार्केट बनेगी। मैं किसी ने बताया मेला लगेगा। रंग चेंज हुआ पड़ा है, मेला चल रहा है, तो पुराने जमाने का महल बनाया गया।
ICD is because the characteristics of the space and the containers. Like, we want to do something with containers for a long time. While when we got a call from Mr. Sanjay Bajpai from ICD that why don't you guys come check out what's happening here at ICD. He wanted us to kind of like paint the outer boundary of ICD, but we wanted to paint the containers, and that's how we kind of like, you know, started this conversation about how can we have, you know, a show or like a kind of an exhibition where everyone can come and participate.
This area is used by a lot of people. Other than our customers, we have the custom house agents, we have the transporters, we have the truckers. Like at any given point of time, we would be having 800 to 1,000 trucks parked here. So every truck would have a driver and an assistant. So for them also this is something very unique, which I am sure they will not be seeing anywhere else. And the Street Art Foundation have been also trying to do these kind of festivals in, you know, slum areas, in the not so privileged people where they involve the children. So for them also it is something very unique, and we wanted them to look at ICD TKD not only as a complex of concrete and steel containers, but also something much more interesting and much more colorful.
The last challenge, I would say, was to do all of these things in less than 15 days, if I'm not mistaken, because we had to bring the containers from another place, and as I told you, we are using this huge machine which needs space to move, you know, and our layout is quite constrained. We wanted to have small space for perspectives, and so we had to really think about the order of the stalking, where to start the layout, to be sure that at the end we do not end with a machine in the middle of our exhibition that could not go up.
This wouldn't have happened without our partners, you know, and our supporters who've been helping us put this together. And you know, most importantly, you know, it's we consume a lot of paint. You know, you're consuming thousands of liters of paint. You know, and Asian Paints has been really kind to grant us or support us with the paints and also the costs of the infrastructure and putting up a festival along with our other partners.
Asian Paints, we've always kind of think that we need to kind of look at democratization of art in a very, very strong way. And as a brand, we have been kind of looking at seeing how is it that we are able to make art more accessible to public. And we felt that it was a good alignment in terms of taking the street art way and align with Start Foundation to look at executing this idea so that we are able to kind of look at mingling with the public in terms of what the brand is doing in this whole space of democratization of art.
Over the last 2 years, we've been having a lot of fun. We've done this is the 4th festival, but it goes beyond doing festivals. There's a whole research and academic side which we're going to be focusing on for 2016. We hope to come out with a massive research paper this year at some point. We also want to work, we want to spread out a little bit more in terms of do things like artist residencies, work with organizations like the National Skill Development Council, because we feel that's really important, and really help work on the grassroots level as well, and try to see if we can improve some of the situations of the traditional arts in India.
Street art is just the beginning, and actually what we are doing right now is more towards like public art. So like bringing together like a lot of different actors, so from the artists to the government to like young people and young students of art. So I think that in this sense like we will evolve towards like a larger inclusion in the urban fabric and within our other form of art.
It started with the festival, even though now we are moving on from festival to foundation. It's actually kind of like reverse, right? First comes the foundation and then comes the festival, but in this case there's the festival first and then the foundation later on.
Quite an amazing experience that I personally experienced about interacting with communities, interacting with individuals who really want art somewhere in their life, not just as a wall piece, wall hanging in your house, but they wanted to interact with art. They wanted to interact with artists.
We're still learning, but I think part of that manual is kind of written for us now, so it feels a bit more natural to do the things that we're trying to do. But yeah, we all kind of knew each other in different capacities, and all of us came together. Like you were saying, we all have sort of different skill sets, and yeah, we all just try to do the best we can for whatever responsibilities and tasks that we have, and that's kind of how this festival works.
Hi, I'm Borondo.
I am Pablo.
And I am Christian, and we are Never True.
My name is Amitabh.
This is Hendrik from Germany.
Hi, I'm Piotr.
Hi, I'm Carolina.
This is
Color My City.
Color My City.
And this is Color My City.
Color My City.
This is Color My City!